Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me for Real News Blast episode 10. This episode is titled Independent Question, Strikes, Anchorage. Our first story. Tim Canova ran against Debbie Wasserman Schultz in 2016 and lost his race to her. However, there has been no way to verify the results since the Broward County Election Board destroyed the paper copies that would have verified the loss. The County Elections Commissioner also openly backed Debbie Wasserman Schultz. He had been on the path of challenging her as of 2018 and come to the conclusion that Annie Rice did. I'll link her story I'll also link her story. She decided to run as an independent and challenge the status quo. I backed this decision because at least there is one way to truly run against her and not get shut out of the general, since if he were to lose his primary, he would lose his way to run against her. At times you have to run outside the party. I'm hopeful that his voters from 2 years ago and canvassing the district and having much more time will pull it off. He's got till August. He's got 4 months. Our next story. University of Illinois grad students went on strike over pay, health care, and childcare costs. Unfortunately, a lot of workplaces do not have child-friendly policies. That needs to change. West Virginia's shut down their schools statewide and got a raise. Their health insurance is another issue that I hope to look into very soon, and I do hope that PEIA is fully funded, because that is another condition which the teachers had wanted. Their PEIA is their health insurance. Oklahoma and Kentucky teachers have both went on strike. Oklahoma had said that they were going to wait until their standardized testing weekend to strike if they didn't get what they wanted from the state. Governor Fallin responded by calling them teenagers who wanted a new car. Now, I didn't know that college-educated teachers who also went to school, and many even have advanced degrees, demanding to get paid what they're worth are more like children. That strike is entering its second week. Also, what I find interesting about people is they love teachers when they're shielding them from a bullet. They love teachers when they're inspirational to them, but when it comes time to pay up, you should be glad that the state gives you a job. Kentucky teachers are on strike due to the fact that Governor Bevin decided to go ahead and pass a law that cuts the teacher pension in order to give the richest Kentuckians a tax cut. The Columbia University Grad Students Union seemed headed for another strike. I'm not sure if it's the Columbia U in New York or another state. I'm not sure if there's more than one notable Columbia University. And Loyola University also joins the list of possible strikes. The strikes are to show the power of the people to make the system unworkable and force the alignment of values where it is easier to work with you as opposed to against you. Now, I truly wonder how many of these strikes were covered by CNN, MSNBC, or so-called liberal networks positively. The very fact is they are owned by some of the same corporations that want to basically give a form of economic slavery as opposed to real economic benefit to those who make them profitable. Our last story. Anchorage, Alaska has become the first municipality, the largest city in Alaska, to uphold transgender non-discrimination protections by a vote. The vote came to 53% rejecting this initiative. A former state senator also came out against it, as well as companies like BP, Wells Fargo, and even the Anchorage Chamber of Commerce. Another notable thing about this initiative is that it was the first one to be held by mail. We all know that this initiative wasn't about privacy, as those claims were always put forth, just like we know segregation wasn't about fountains or lunch counters. It was about supremacy. It was about picking a fight with a small community and infringing on their rights in the civil sphere. It was about kicking a vulnerable community who had protections and yanking them away. The Ninth Circuit had already said in Perry v. Brown, though the verdict was vacated, that you can't take away someone's rights solely because they're new. I'm glad that Anchorage rejected this divisive initiative. Montana has Initiative I-183, and Massachusetts also has anti-transgender ballot initiatives that have been certified. I-183, however, of Montana has been attacked as being too vague, and the ACLU has been litigating against it in hopes of kicking it off the ballot. The Massachusetts initiative will undo trans protections and public accommodations and nothing else. So thank you for joining me for Real News Blast episode 10. And take a look at these other progressive news tubers. You can subscribe and click the bell to be notified whenever they upload a video. You can like, rate, comment, subscribe, and please share these episodes if you enjoy watching them, because I definitely enjoy making them. You can also check out the other episodes by visiting my channel page. I've created a playlist to cut the guesswork out, so you can just look at it and then go through that. Thank you so much. See you soon, and thanks for watching.